Scotland holding firm, driving forward, winning the penalty.
Yeah, it's Castrogiovanni's side that's struggling. Aguero doing a good job, now not being able to get the initial big hit he wants. But it's the bind the referee doesn't like. You can see he's over the top, that right shoulder dipping slightly. He loses it down to his fingertips and rolls in. See, that's his shoulders facing towards us.
Chris mentioned the breeze that's swirling around, just perhaps planting a few questions in Greg Laidlaw's mind, but from slap bang in front of the posts, the Gloucester scrum half, the Scotland captain, gives them the lead early on here at Murrayfield. Less than 5 minutes played. Scotland 3, Italy 0. This is Russell. First time that Russell and Laidlaw have been put together on the bike in this summer series. They've been held back thus far. But the half-back combination that we expect to start the World Cup is starting this match.
Stay there, bro. Use it!
And this is Barclay. First start for 18 months after he came off the bench in Dublin. And now the chase for Lamont, and Lamont scores. Delicious kick from Russell. And Lamont, 4 caps, shy of a century, has another try.
A fantastic start for Scotland. That's Sean Lamont's 13th try for his country, but there was a lot of good build-up play. They went through the phases. It started with a cute set-piece phase, and then when he come back down the blind, here's the initial phase from Stuart Hall coming. That's a set-piece move, and then they went through the process of building the phases, and a wonderful chip from Finn Russell. Lamont doesn't have to break stride, and it's a great start for Scotland.
Nice, Greg.
It's been a wonderful start for Scotland. See Josh Verner with the long hair imploring more blue shirts to join him in defence, and he was having to hold the castle walls on his own there.
7 blue.
And once again it's Minto. We're on the halfway mark of the first half.
So if you're going to throw it with someone stepping in, they usually have to come in right at the back.
Scotland not finding touch with the penalty. I think that Sato could bring it away, but Italians once again under pressure in their own back garden. Too much pressure once again.
That is a fantastic turnover by John Barclay. A poor kick from Finn Russell, but really well chased, and then Finn Russell followed up with a tackle, and then if we have a look at this again, John Barclay is quick as a flash and over the top of the ball. That's what he brings as a natural 7. He's a good attacking player. Tommaso Allen. Sarto decides to run it out and flips on. Michele comes on, and this is here. Finn Russell follows up, and watch number 7 John Barclay on his feet over the top of the ball. There's 3 Italians, can't get him off the ball. Good play, and it just keeps Scotland's noses ahead. It keeps taking over the scoreboard. Good play.
Taken on by Castrogiovanni. See how close they are. Palazzani screaming for it. Little chip over the top from Allen. The bounce is critical, and it's picked up by Campagnaro. Little bit of Italian fortune, but that's exactly what they needed to get back into this. So short of a man defensively, what can Scotland do with this? They've done the first thing. Wilson snaffles it. Once again, John Barclay has it. And we get the physics. The long levers working. Italian blue defenders shearing off. Ferno trying to sort them out, but there's nothing they can do.
Ramon, Sean, can you hear me?
Yep.
I've got no reason for you not to hold this try.
I agree. That's a try.
To cap a very good 40 minutes for Scotland in general, and John Barclay in particular. Stopped with a couple of tries before the break. 21-7 with the conversion to come. Over a minute of the first half to go. Scotland 23-7. Once again, John Barclay has his mitts on the ball. He scored a try off a very similar situation in the first half.
That's just the control of him. He's gone down now. He's going to try and get back to his feet. But he didn't rush forward. Now the waves come. They'll pick and go. They need to clear the bodies out of the way. Laidlaw having a little look for himself.
Gilchrist is waiting for it in the red cap. Instead, it's Denton. Still driving those legs. They can go left or right now. They choose to go left. Finn Russell gives it some air. And Visser scores. How well was that organised? From the drive from the line out to the try out wide.
That's really good balanced play. The extra bodies come in, they all go past him.
And then after the power, here's the finesse. The vision, the ability of Finn Russell to drag the defenders and throw a 20-yard pass right into Tim Visser's arms, and he scores.
What I like about this is how hard the lines were of all Scotland's inside backs, which meant Visser could just stand out there and Russell could just look at the end man, and if he hinged in with the centres, he could throw that looping pass.
Goal kickers have to practice under pressure as well ahead of the World Cup. It's not all about the points you amass.
Yes, Greg.
That's a good point. In tighter matches, what he does off the tee may well decide the result come World Cup time. Italy looking to put something together for themselves, but there was no way through for Andrea Mazzi as he was hit hard by Lamont. This is McLean. Palazzani is still with us, and Lamont will scorch through for his second and Scotland's fourth. And there's a smile on the face of Scottish rugby as we head towards the World Cup.
It's just the difference of being able to attack a breakdown, which means your defensive line are on the front foot and they can go forward. They don't have to hang off. They go forward as a line, and Italy desperate to get round the outside of the overlap. No look on the outside, blindsided.
This is the first decision he makes, steps and hits Massey. Now, that's a really difficult thing to do defensively from a wing, but he does it well, Sean Lamont. He then gets back in. Blair Cowan makes an impact and slowing down the possession, which allows Sean Lamont to see everything from outside and just pick off that pass and scotch home.
Against Welsh. Taken quickly by Palazzani. Picked up by Manici. This is Mazzi. It's as close as Italy have been for a long, long time. Here's Bergamasco. A bit of promise about this Italian position. Allen. Ferner running off him, but McLean gave the ball away, and Visser will head all the way to the line. And this is Murrayfield in full voice and Visser in full flight. And Russell with the extras. Alden Hayes skipped the side a week ago. Just the one Italian try so far, scored by Campagnaro in the first half, and Sato tries to needle his way through, but all too often for Italy today that has been the outcome of their attacks, and Johnson under some pressure couldn't clear, but it might yet work for them. Wonderful stuff from Bennett. He's got to go on his own. He's got Visser in support. Has he got the pace? Of course he has. It's been some comeback for Mark Bennett. It's been some afternoon for Scotland. A record win against Italy. Nothing close about this one.
Where do you think that game was won for Scotland? They started off particularly well in the set piece. Did that kind of set the platform for the day?
Yeah, it did. We knew we had to step up our performance from last week. We struggled up front, and we knew they were going to come here firing, so we had to really up our game, especially the set piece around the contact. I think we did that, gave our backs the opportunity to be an attacking weapon. I think it went well.
How pleased were you the fact that you really put their defence under pressure and you kept the ball well as well?
Yeah, we did. There's a number of things that we improved on from last week, but we've still got a long way to go to where we want to be. So we've got to keep our feet on the ground. There's still plenty to work on. It's a build-up process towards the World Cup, and we just took a couple of strides forward today.
Yeah, I think we played a different kind of game to last week, and that's what I said to you earlier in the week. We're going to try and play slightly wider. I don't think anyone anticipated the score, and I think it maybe flattered us slightly. A couple of interceptions, then a try at the end. But there are aspects of our game that are good, but there was, you always want to look at the stuff you can improve on, and I think we probably left a little bit out there. But in terms of putting a bit of a performance in and getting some confidence and sort of playing what we practiced, I thought it was pretty encouraging.
There's a lot of talk about Scotland and the driving maul.
Yeah.
Scotland employed the driving maul very well today.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, I think as we spoke at the forwards, spoke about it during the week. You know, somewhere we felt like we were poor last week, defensively and attack. So we did a little bit of work on it and sort of fixed a few things that weren't going quite right. And I thought we drove really well today against one of the sort of more physical packs in rugby. So yeah, I think again, one game of driving well doesn't quite get you a reputation, and I think teams like Italy drive consistently well every game. So that's probably where we need to get to with that.
An indicator of the pressure you were putting on them with the tries scored by Mark and Tim particularly. I mean, how pleasing is that from a defensive point of view, but just the fact that you did put them under so much pressure?
Yeah, I think especially as before, everyone was blowing a bit, and it's quite nice to get up and see, you've got good shape, guys are putting in, and guys are making good decisions there. So, those guys, we practice it. It's one of the things we practice it for sort of 10, 11 weeks, and those guys. That's what I say. No, it's really great to see what you practice on the pitch in a test match, and that sort of credits the guys for putting the work in and putting the analysis in as well.
I think you'd scored a try when you stopped their driving maul in your own 22 late on. You could see everybody geeing each other up, and knowing that kind of effort was really important in defence. Yeah,
that's what I said. Last week we were disappointed, and we sort of wanted to lay a bit of a marker down in that regard. It's one of those things. If teams drive against you, the more you let teams drive against you, the more teams are going to drive against you. They're going to think, oh, that's a weakness, and it's something we spoke about as a pack, that we didn't want to be labelled like that. And you could see the effort that went in, see what it meant in terms of the game was gone by that point, but the boys are still so up for it and still determined not to let them get over there.